Welcome in to My Two Bits. This is First Bites. We are looking at a rapid reaction of our Florida Gators versus the Mississippi State Bulldogs on HOCO, or as the cool kids would say, homecoming. I am your host, Mr. Randy, along with my other host, Ben B. What is the good word tonight, my man? How are you doing after that nail biter of a finish?
Yeah, nail biter's a good word for it. Unnecessarily nail biter is another word for it. I'm doing
Touche.
okay, man. I guess I'm glad we got the win. I guess I hope I'm glad. I mean, I'm always glad we won, but if that makes us keep Napier, man, then I then I don't know if I am glad. So I guess I'll leave it with that. You're sounding a little hoarse. Were you yelling at the TV a little too much tonight?
No comment.
I know I was. I know I was. So I get it. I get it.
Fair.
Rough
All
one.
right,
Rough
so
one for sure. All right. Get us started. Get us started.
yeah, in more ways than 10, although we just needed 2 yards. With First Bites, we're keeping it
Yep.
concise, nice and simple. So, like our regular show, and focus on factual analysis and all things Florida Gator football. Yes, we're going to make it as accurate as we possibly can, citing our sources whenever we use them. All statistical data tonight coming from the box score at ESPN. And thank goodness it's not their broadcast because that was very lackluster for back to back
Good
weeks. Anyways,
grief.
now let's
Seriously.
get into our opening point, high level game summary. B, start us off.
Yeah. Well, high level game summary here is this thing should have been over in the first half, possibly, definitely by the third quarter. And of course, we let them hang around, let them hang around, let them hang around. Didn't put it away when we had opportunities to do so, whether it was penalties that pulled points back again. I mean, now in fairness, that was a good call. There were other calls that weren't good, but we'll get more into that on Monday. But ultimately, once again, you have the opportunity to step on the throat of your opponent, and you don't do it. And I mean, I don't know how many times we got to say this, man. I don't know how many times we got to have the same conversation over and over again. I am really sick of it, and I hope, for the record, that this is the last time we have to do it. All the rumors say that that's going to be the case, but I don't know. I don't know. Can't trust it. Can't put stock in it until it's done. So believe it when I see it. We had rumors last year. They didn't come to fruition. I don't know. High level game summary is, yeah, we did a really good job with the line of scrimmage for the most part. Ran the ball super effectively, and then probably didn't lean into that as much as we should have near the end of the game. Certainly at the very end of the game, but that's something we'll talk about in a minute. And then ultimately, you know, just had some things that just didn't quite get around the corner there, as they always don't when one Mr. Napier is in charge. 2-minute offense once again at the end of the half. I was pulling my hair out of my head running the ball. I don't know. That's not a game summary, but you know what I mean. It's just time and time again the same things over and over. So yeah, thank goodness for big old Micah at the end of the game, because we were going to lose that game. We were going to lose that game. It was USF all over again. Teams driving with the opportunity to take the lead with a field goal at the end of the game, and there's nothing we can do to stop it, except then there was, because Micah makes the pick. That's your game summary. We finally snatched victory from the jaws of defeat instead of the other way around. Did everything we could to do the other, but then finally we turned it the other way thanks to the play of one big Mr. 93. And I appreciate you, Micah. Regardless of what happens, I appreciate you, because that is a heck of a play. So there's my game summary. I guess. I don't know if that's a good game summary or not, but that's all I got right now. Where are you at with it?
You know what? I think that's where a lot of people are at, right? We see this game, and again, folks, I can I can probably count on multiple fingers, multiple hands and toes, the opportunities, the grace, the leeway given to Napier over the past 3 years. and 3.5 years, right? We look at the different things that we've gone over, coaching situations, player situations, and oh, well, they're not his guys, and oh, the injury bug, and oh, there's this, and oh, there's that. And at the end of the day, it's year four. And we're in a game. Yes, Mississippi State is not the Mississippi State of last year. Hats off to Jeff Lebby for turning that team
Oh,
around, literally and figuratively, in such a way that they're no longer a 2-10 team. But at the same time, it's homecoming inspired football, pride of the sunshine, of the stadium, of the orange and blue. Great helmets, great unis, by the way. This is such a tough game for me because the fire that I thought we were going to come out with, the B, I think you made the comment, stomp on their throats. Uh, a
yeah.
lot of these things were just left for what, right? Left for what? We have no killer instinct. We have no stick to itness.
Nope.
We have no sense of urgency. We have no prioritization for playing clean football. We have no process. I know he says we're process oriented,
Oh,
but
shots
but
fired. Shots
where
fired.
is where B, I'm done with the grace. I'm done. I'm sorry. Folks, I mean, you heard chants start up in the stadium 3 to 4 different times. Now, again, it's hard for me to boo an 18, 19, 20, 21 year old, right? Maybe if they're driving a Lambo. No, but outside of that, there's a certain criticism where it's due. And the one thing that I can absolutely hate is when accountability is not taken at the highest level, because you are at the highest level. You are at a premier school. You are in the premier conference, all these things. And you continue to squander. I heard a quote this week: it is malpractice. It is malpractice. So there's that. The second thing is, look at all the injuries. We look at. I mean, B. It was you and I out there on defense tonight. Okay, with all the starters down. Okay. Again, freshmen came in, played their tails off, but that's not what we're accustomed to seeing. Aren't we supposed to have a world-class strength and conditioning program? What is happening? Why are we
Yeah, I
dropping
don't know,
like
man. I
flies?
don't know.
Okay, Devin
2 years
Moore,
in a row, too. 2 years in a
right?
row.
Routine tackle. Well, I shouldn't
Well,
say
with
routine.
Devin,
He was going
with
for his
Devin,
feet, banged up his
you were just
collarbone.
waiting. With Devin, you were just waiting. Yeah, with Devin, you were
Maybe,
just waiting. Though I can't
right?
even.
But
I
bruised
mean,
collarbone, whatever. Right? High pass. Lagway sailed over 6 passes tonight. VB3 comes down hard. Hopefully, it's just a bone bruise. We'll see. Was a game of inconsistency. It was a game of frustration. It was a game of obvious alleys to go through, but yet we could not do that. Just couldn't do it. And we could not have the killer instinct to put them away when we needed. Yeah, they scored out of the gates. Okay, great. First shot. Okay, no problem. Uppercut, left, right, up. No problem. Coming back, held them, held them, held them. But guess what? We also held
yeah, held
ourselves.
them, held them. I mean, but held them and held them again. I mean, we end up 20-7 in this game, and
20
had
to
the opportunity
7.
to be up more.
Had the
And
opportunity.
yeah,
We can't perform a 2 minute drill. We can't try and at least get in field goal range for smack, because that kid's been dead on ever since missing 3 in the opening game. I'm sorry, he's just
buddy,
locked in,
buddy,
right?
he he kicked 7 field goals tonight.
Exactly, and only got credit for what, 3 of them?
He made 7, or actually, I guess it was 6. I guess it was 6, but
6. Okay, yeah,
he made 6 field goals tonight. I mean,
exactly.
come on.
So
He only
you
got
got
credit for
that.
3, but he made 6.
Exactly. 2 minute drill, non existent. Any sense of urgency to say, hey, let's get 3, let's come out of the half supercharged, and let's go on an 8 play, 75 yard, 8 minute drive. No, no, we go 3 and out. Zero killer instinct, zero sense of urgency. This cannot continue to happen. And for me, this was also the last thing I'll say is a game of inconsistencies when the path, we had a very clear path. It was very obvious.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, we could not take it. Could not take it. Okay. Okay. Calm down, Randy. Calm down. Calm down. Okay. All right. Now, let's look at. Okay, breathe. Goose faba. Okay, let's look over some key stats. B, start us off there.
All right. Key stats. So gonna go with a couple here that are kind of not directly related or correlated, but
Yeah.
I can think they kind of do relate in a kind of a different way. So Jaden Baugh, first off the bat for a key stat, 23 carries, 150 yards, 6.5 average per carry. I mean, kid just dominated tonight. Could have been more if not for a tough hold on Trey, and it was right call on that one. We'll, again, talk about the officials on Monday, but
Yeah.
that call was correct. He did hold. Good call there, and should have been flagged back. But ultimately, heck of a night for Jaden. Career high in rushing yards at 150 in this game. Uh, just balled out. And some credit to the O line there. They did a pretty decent job blocking for him for most of the night. We expected that we would be able to run the ball fairly well in this game, and we did. Really nice night from Jaden. He's just a monster, man. I mean, honestly, 23 wasn't enough. We needed him to carry the ball more than that, but that's another point. But that's my first key stat, but I'll correlate that with some third down numbers for you. 4 for 11 for us and 8 for 15 for them. So they go north of 50% on third down, and we're 36.4. And that's your problem when you look at this game. The reason this game got tight, the reason this game got close, the reason we couldn't pull away here is we could not stay on the field, and we could not keep them, or could not get them off the field
Off the field.
consistently enough. Time and time again. Now, we only had 11 third down conversion attempts because we often were getting gash chunk plays, a lot of big plays in this game. I will give us that. However, 4 for 11 does not get it done against this team. It was just above the margin that we called for to win this game. And frankly, we should have lost this game, honestly. Again, Micah saves the day, bails Billy out here, and I hope he doesn't actually bail him out. But again, we'll talk about that later. At the end of the day, I think those are my key takeaways when you look at it. The kind of the breakdown there of the whole the whole situation is we ran the ball really well, and yet we couldn't consistently convert third down. That doesn't really make sense when you look at it. Now, I don't have the down and distance for our average third down in this situation, but ultimately that's what we're looking at. So what do you got?
Yeah, some great call outs there, B. At the end of the day, Ball monster game. 150 yards, hit career high, 6.5 yards per carry, and you don't give him the ball more. Hashtag moronic. 4 for 11 on third down. Yeah, 36.3%. Yeah, on the cusp of our keep it and pitch it. At the end of the day, doesn't cut mustard. It just doesn't. Time of possession, 29-50. We lose the time of possession battle to a team who averages holding the ball 25 minutes per game. Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Yep. Yep.
With the whole thing with Blake Shapen, yeah, this, that, and the other, and kind of the other things he's been able to do differently this year, coming back from injury, great for him, right? The other quarterback that came in who kind of torched us a little bit there in the first drive in the first quarter, that was what it was. But outside of that, it was just so agonizing to watch them put up 324 yards passing. Again, folks, B and I were out there. We know we had a depleted secondary. We know it was what it was. But 8 for 15 on third down to allow that just absolute. I mean, that's just what led to their TOP over 30, right? Keep them on the field. And for whatever
Yeah.
reason, just could not get it done, could not flip the field enough, and could not put ourselves in position to where we can capitalize on certain drives. I mean, especially when you've got
Agreed.
Tommy coming out and punting more than, arguably he needed to tonight. Outside of that, there's only so much you can say about this game because there's so many head scratching things. Obviously, there was the other thing regarding play calling, because if play calling was a key stat, guess what? We would be talking about that in excess, in full. So, anyways, that's all. I'm just going to
We'll
stop it
get to
right
that on
there.
Monday.
We
We'll get
shall.
to
We
that on
shall.
Monday.
But yeah, the big thing: third down, unacceptable. Time of possession, unacceptable. The amount of passing we gave up, unacceptable. Unacceptable. Okay, great. Now, B, take me to an
Yeah.
impact play. What'd you see?
I mean, impact player, which comes first? I don't remember.
Play.
I mean, it has to be Micah, right? I mean, it was for the record, it was going to be Bryce Thornton saving the touchdown for me for the whole game. For the
Yeah.
whole game, it was going to be Bryce Thornton saving that touchdown. That was going to be the impact play for me early on, second quarter. He comes, closes the gap, saves the touchdown against their elite speed receiver. I can't recall his name right now. Apologies, I could look it up, but I will. But ultimately, that was the play for me up until the final real meaningful play of the game where Micah drops back in coverage. Again, we criticize Roberts for dropping these, interior defensive linemen back in coverage, and I guess I got to give him a break on this one because holy crap, Micah Barrow with the last minute game save. They were in field goal range, game saving interception. I mean, just unbelievable. A la Louisville last night against Carson Beck. Game-saving interception. Just absolutely crazy pick there. Big man, 300-plus pounds, getting it done. Just absolutely incredible stuff. Hats off to you. To have the hands to make that pick was absolutely crazy. It was absolutely remarkable. Brendan Thompson was the receiver, by the way, who was just torching us all night. That should have had a touchdown there. And again, Thornton made the play, but that impact play gets trumped by the absolutely phenomenal pick and awareness. And that wasn't like right in his gut either, right? He had to put his hands out and make a catch. And big man gets some soft hands, makes that catch on a fastball too. I'm blown away. I mean, this kid continues to impress. He's done a heck of a job filling in for Caleb Banks where we've needed him. He's played his heart out. He's done really well. Hats off to him and Brian Taylor Jr. Overall, but obviously impact play of the game definitely has to go to Micah. I saved the game. I mean, that we lose without that pick. Period. We're going to lose that game. So that to me, I don't know what else you can pick. If you've got another one, go for it. But to me, that's got to be it. But I'm anxious to hear your take there.
Okay. I'll set this up for you. Bryce Thornton, pass breakup in the end zone, money. That was tops on the
Yeah, it was a
list.
big one. Big one.
Okay. Aaron Childs, rush off the edge, shoestring tackle, saving a big run, up there.
Yep.
Okay. Miles
Yep.
Graham, Alfonso Allen, the little stretch he went on, good Lord.
Fonzo Allen.
But at,
Yeah.
at, at the end of the day, number 93 on the jersey, but number one in our hearts tonight, Makai Barrow. And the legend of Makai continues to grow, as does his last name. 6'5", 370, 372, 375. It does not matter. The man has cat-like reflexes that I would put up there with anyone. Yes, you're right. We sometimes, question Ron or have said things to Ron regarding dropping some of these guys back in coverage. But to see the way that this big man pedaled backwards, ran back, turned, saw the quarterback's eyes, extended the arms, go gadget arms, and then that was a pretty, wasn't the most the fastest pass, but it was a quick pass. It was coming in there pretty hot. To know that those hands were able to coddle that ball like butter, oh my goodness gracious. Makai Burrow, hopefully that gives him more confidence on the interior, and hopefully we can see some big things out of him the rest of the year that will continue to anchor that defensive line. Okay. So awesome play. Yeah, hands down, that's got to be the impact play of the game. I don't think anyone else would argue with that. All right, B. Now we're going to
I
look
mean,
at
I don't
the
know.
play.
I don't know how it couldn't be.
Exactly. Now we're going to look at impact player. of the game. Who's your impact player tonight, B?
This is hard. This is hard
Okay.
because Jaden Ball had a heck of a game.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to give this to the guy who was on the practice squad, or at least the announcer said he was. I'm not sure if that's really true. Because I don't trust a lot of things that they said, calling
Thank you.
Russ Callaway, the offensive coordinator out there, and all kinds of crazy stuff. But I don't know if it's really true. He was down on the depth chart, I'll give you that. But Alfonso Allen Jr., I'm going to give it to Alfonso Allen Jr. here. 15 tackles, 8 solo, and the dude was in the backfield all night. So we talked about that Mississippi State was going to have trouble throwing the ball. They did not, for the record, 324 yards passing. They should have had more trouble, but we kept letting them over the top and just absolutely getting smoked there, as anybody who watched the game saw. But in general, they were not very good at explosives this year. But when you have no safety help and let your guy get beat one-on-one, that's what's going to happen. So ultimately, which is something that Florida really hasn't done. So it was a little weird, but maybe Castell being out, contributed to that. I don't necessarily think so, but we'll leave that alone. At the end of the day, if they had thrown the ball on us like that and also been able to run the ball super effectively, which not that they didn't run it at all, but they did not run it like they have been, because they were averaging close to 170, 180, something in that neighborhood, and we held them to 150, which is still not great, but it's less. And ultimately, a lot of that happened because Alfonso Allen Jr. was coming up in the box and making just absolute knifing moves for drop down tackles. The kid was everywhere, led the team in tackles by nearly double digits, had 15 tackles total. The next closest was 7. Whoa. And had 8 solo tackles. So his 8 solo tackles are more than the next closest person's total tackles. Wow. That's an impressive stat. I'm going to give impact player of the game to Alfonso Allen. Hats off to you. We needed a safety that could get into the box and make some tackles, and he produced tonight. Man, wow. I was super impressed. Kind of wonder where that's been all season. Kind of wonder why we're not fitting him in more to the run fit schemes when we needed him. But we'll leave that alone. Personnel decisions. Leave it alone for now. Maybe we won't leave it alone for Monday, but we'll come back. Who's your impact player of the game?
Yeah, man. Great. We saw great things out of Mbachu tonight. Great press up the middle. I love the scheme there to disguise him coming around the corner. I saw great things out of Kofi. I saw Asari use some of his quickness and speed, spitting on the edge. That was great. Saw great things out of Caraway. Saw great things out of Taylor. Brian Taylor continues to play some big minutes for us up front there. Aaron Childs had some great moments. Miles Graham continues to quarterback this defense and do above and beyond what he's called to do from that position. But at the end of the day, obviously we lost. Not we lost, but he went to Houston to be their DC. Of course, Austin Armstrong. But I have a new AA, and that is Alfonso Allen. Yeah, I can't say enough about him, man. 15 total tackles. You said it. 8 solo. But folks, more particularly, he had 7 in the first quarter. Okay, 7 in the first quarter. The next closest Gator, 7 tackles, and that was Jaden. Okay, so at the end of the deal,
Yep.
Amazing. And for a lot of the games this year, we've had our top tackler lead us with 7, 8, 9 tackles a game. I can't remember the last time this year. I got to go back and check for Monday night. The last time we had a Gator totaling double-digit tackles, much less almost 20. So either way, hats off to AA Alfonso Allen Jr., I guess AAJ. Phenomenal game. And some of the hits that he made, they were felt. I mean, they were with authority.
Yeah.
So awesome for that. Awesome for that. B, go ahead, wrap us up, take us home. What else you got, my man?
Yeah, man. If there was ever a case to fire a coach after a win, this is it. I mean, we kept this game way closer than we needed to, especially late. I have no idea how you don't run the ball on 3rd and 1, how you don't run the ball on 3rd and 1 in that situation with your back averaging 6.5 yards a carry. I don't care if they got a stacked box. Billy's one who runs into a stacked box all the time. How do you not run the ball in that situation? And if you're not going to run it with him, how do you not run like a bootleg to DJ to get him out on the outside, right? We talked about getting to the outside, or run something where you're running to the outside, right? Getting to the edge, right? I'm fine with that. But how are you running play action and looking to throw the ball in like deep? Like, if you want to throw something short there, right? If there's something gadgety there where you're just trying to get the first down and you got a little gadget thing on a play action, okay, I'll give you. You can do that if it's there, but it wasn't, right? And that's not what they were looking to do. They were looking to go deep there, which is crazy. Like, that's not the play call there at all. Like, I get maybe against cover zero in certain situations, but not in that situation. Just get the yard. Like, just get the 1 yard. Trust your offensive line to go execute, right? As Billy always says, we just got to go execute, right? Like, I feel like I'm saying it like a surfer instead of like a Southern person there, but I'm just so annoyed that I can't probably get the accent right. But like, just, oh my God, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? That to me is sums up the entire game and this entire thing. I could go into 100 more examples. We'll go into more on Monday, even though it'll be just like watching Groundhog Day, because it'll be the same stuff we keep talking about. And I hope on Monday we're talking about something else, being who we're also looking for as our new head coach. I hope. But I got a bad feeling that we won't be, because this administration getting the win one way or another, even though we should not have won this football game. I can't stress that enough. We got lucky to win this. We shouldn't have won it. And yet we did. So are they going to hold on? Are they going to wait and see? Give me a friggin' break. That's all I got for a wrap up, man. Where you at?
Head scratcher. Head scratcher. And for the record, I don't even think Coach Klein, for those of you who get the reference, the water boy, right? The esteemed coach of the SCLSU Mud Dogs, I don't even think he makes that call. Just saying. Tough to watch, painful. I think it's the sum of the parts, right? Sum of the parts. And here's your sum, and those are the parts. And again, we've seen this time and time again. We've been there. We've gotten the T-shirt. We don't like the T-shirt. We're trying to return the T-shirt, but holy smokes, we might not get a refund for the T-shirt. It is what it is. It would be great when this era is over.
I'm using the T-shirt to start a fire. Just saying. Go ahead.
Fair. But outside of that, it's just absolutely incredible that we have such a lead, building momentum, can't complete, can't finish, can't seal the deal with that killer instinct, and ultimately try to essentially give up the game. Because I'm sorry, Mississippi State's much improved, but they did not come back on us. They did, but we absolutely let it happen. I'm done.
Yep, 100%.
Close us out, my man.
100%. Yeah, well said, man. Well said. Well, thanks to everybody for checking this out. If you liked it, please like on whatever platform you're watching on. If you want to hear more, please subscribe. And we will be back on Monday with our full analysis of this game, and hopefully our analysis on our coaching search. I'm going to keep putting it out there. I'm going to keep putting the vibe in the atmosphere that's what we want. But for now, wherever you are and whenever you may be listening, thanks for taking the time, and we will see you around Gator Nation.